the first day I met you. Well, I saw you or met you. I think I met you. You said something, an accusation. Wasn't it an accusation or something? You said all the problems in this world are caused by women.
No, really what I'm saying is that when you look at particularly the moral decay that's happening worldwide, particularly with Western culture, I mean the destruction of the marriage, the institution of marriage, the phenomena of single mothers, and the consequence of wayward children, you can trace this back to the fact that the world has abandoned a lot of the old cultural institutions that have kept, that control society. And most of these alterations have been made because we've adopted democracy. In the old cultural systems, they have guidelines for polygamy. In Islam, they will say you have to treat all of them equally. In short, what they're saying is that before you engage in polygamy, you must have money. A man is definitely designed for more than one woman. First, let me explain. Let me explain.
Before you explain, I know in the Garden of Eden, you know, when God created Eve, God brought Eve to Adam. He did not bring two Eves. Just one.
Exactly. Only one.
Relax, let me explain.
Just one. So when you say God ordained polygamy, I'm still trying to set
question mark.
Okay.
And I'm wondering how...
Okay, first of all, let's look at our design. I said we are designed for more than one woman. Generally based on performance. For instance, like I said, all populations in the world have more females than males. Okay? Our reproductive lifespan, from when a man starts producing sperm, maybe at 12 or 13, till he dies, maybe 70, he is capable of producing children. A woman from she starts her periods till her menopause, it's a short span of 20-something years. It's a short span. Let's take a gentleman like Bill Gates, who is worth 100 billion.
Okay.
Now only one woman, plus how many children? Two?
Okay.
Abba. That amount of money, he can afford to take care.
He's doing so much with his foundation.
Excuse me.
He's doing so much with his foundation.
As a species,
What he's saying now is, it is greedy for him to just have, for the woman to just be the only one.
It's an offense.
It cannot be.
Against who? Against the wife or who?
Yes, because you see, if he doesn't take many wives, most of these women who are even more in population than the men will have to settle for men who cannot take care of their children as good as this guy can. See, when you first get married, the husband is number one to the woman. After she drops the first child, he moves to number two. And it's a continuous demotional process.
But it shouldn't be like that. No. We see on this show, it shouldn't be.
No,
your first baby should be your husband. We know that is not what holds.
That is what you say for effect.
It's not effect. We are trying to enforce.
Let me relate to you some personal experiences. Okay? When children are young, my wife wake up early in the morning, prepare all their kids to go to school, everything. Call the driver, send them off to school. Come back to bed. Then you wake up and say, can I have my breakfast? I say, let the house girl cook it for you. You see, this is a normal... That's the normal phenomena.
That shouldn't be.
It happens. Look, why do you argue about it? You see, why do you pretend?
We're not arguing.
See,
we know that this we know that happens.
What I'm trying to get across is that in social interaction, right, there are certain things you don't say.
Okay.
There are certain.
So you will not come here to say
certain things that you lie about. I mean, they're common lies.
Okay.
I mean, your wife buys a dress you don't like, and she calls it, darling, do you think this dress is lovely?
So, wow.
I mean, you're not going to say this is horrible. You probably say, I prefer you in the other dress.
Okay, that's a polite way of saying what you want to say.
Lying.
You're not lying.
No.
You're not lying now. I prefer you. In fact, this is much better than saying, it's nice. That's a lie. But if you say I prefer you in the other dress, you already know
we have other lies. Look, we have other established institutions of lies that we use for social control. You want to control your children? Father Christmas, if you are not good, will not buy you present. Right? To stop them from going out, Bomo will catch you. We have all these. We have all these social things that we have in place. Okay. What I think is unfortunate is that to accommodate the horrendous issues of Western culture, we have abandoned the controls that control marriage and the institution of marriage and try and depend on the Western models. And the Western model has failed. The divorce rate is what, 70% in the first 2 years. It's complete failure. The issue of saying monogamy is also a complete failure.
Banjo, sorry.
In more what they
Can
call...
I take you up on this?
Okay, no. Remember when I said to you, only British ex-colonies have this concept. If you go to French, the French people have mistresses. It's part of their laws, part of their constitution. It's normal because they are being realistic. You see, unfortunately, you stand there as women and you start saying, no, it's wrong, you know it's wrong, this and that. Look, you put a dog, you train it to eat rice. It will eat rice. You train it not to eat meat. It will be watching you. The day you leave meat, it will chop it. You cannot fight
that
instinct.
Is an animal.
How come you did not behave that
God
way?
did not make
I'm
man
not training you.
to an animal.
No, Engineer Banjo.
Let me not say something I don't want to say.
If it's going to serve our purpose, please say it.
Most animals are better behaved than human beings.
You see,
a dog only engages in sexual activity every 6 months when they're on heat. Human beings every time, anywhere, anyhow. It doesn't matter. Don't belittle animals by comparing us to them.
Do you have any fear?
Yes, because they are sexually better behaved. Do we want to take a poll on most men, what they think is the most important thing to a woman? It's money. Okay.
And that is a woman in her perverted state.
Okay. Let me ask another question then. What do women prefer? Good sex with someone they love or shopping with a platinum credit card?
It depends on the woman. It depends on our belief system.
Excuse me.
We cannot take a general
No, you know what? Okay, let him ask us here.
So you would prefer good sex with someone that you love rather than
constructively a future.
You say,
no. He has given 2 options.
Okay.
Or you go shopping with like 10 million naira. Which one would you take?
Do you know what? They are not, you cannot even put them together. You cannot put them together.
Okay, shopping with a platinum card. Shopping with a platinum card.
I'm a fresh shopping.
Excuse me, I see a lady over there telling us plainly that she prefers to go shopping with platinum card. But if by accident or good fortune, $100 million was to enter my hand, I see no reason why.
No, but you said something again.
Besides, do you think I will be allowed to be single if I have a worth $100 million?
Who will not allow you?
In Nigeria. Let's say you want to refer even to the holy books, whatever. Let's think about the case of David standing on the roof. He looked into the other compound, see one fire.
That was recorded as a sin.
Ew! This is one of the favorites of God. You see, that is his natural inclination. Solomon,
but he paid for it.
That doesn't matter. We're not talking about the punishment for the inclination. Look, it is people's inclination to take things without paying.
That brought what he did and the consequence.
Human beings, it is the inclination to just take. I go to a place, I see some nights at Balumo, I will take it. What stops you? Someone puts in laws and behavior patterns that restrict you. It doesn't mean because there are laws that you don't have that inclination to pluck Agbalumo. Right?
To control.
But
That's what we're talking about.
So the issue here is this. The problem with women is that their perception, they believe that a man should have the same control that they have. Because with a woman, it's a thinking exercise. A woman needs a handsome, rich person. Her mind starts doing the calculation. This one, I love this one. Can I bear his children? My children will be looked after. He's handsome. He's this and that. With men, it is not a thinking process. A fine baby walks past, you get excited. That's it.